Okay, we all know the draft sucks, right? I even made a video of it in the description box. Well, the draft only applies to men, 18 to 25 in the US. It doesn't apply to women. Uh, so thankfully, people disagree with the draft, and there's no way people could possibly think women should join in too. There's no way people could possibly, hey, wait a second, what's going on? Hey, what? So sadly, as you can see from the comments from this video, people support people of both genders having guns pointed at them by strangers in order to point guns at other strangers and pull the trigger, which is basically what the draft is. People who support women getting sucked into it too. How disappointing. How disappointing that rather than exempt men from the draft and in turn exempting both genders from the draft altogether, people want to bring the other gender into it, women, and make it so both genders have to fight. Because potatoes. That's stupid. Both genders should be equally free, not equally oppressed. The draft is wrong, it's forced, it feeds into the military-industrial complex, violates individual choice, forces you into the dangers of war. It's not cool. So, men shouldn't have to do it, and women shouldn't have to do it either. And what's up with all this evening the score that since men had to take the draft, women have to take the draft? Because I see a lot of commenters using that argument to justify women being dragged down by the government into this bullshit too. I mean, why would you want more people to die or have their freedom of association violated? That makes no sense. Just because one group of people gets oppressed doesn't mean another group of people should be oppressed. They should both be free, even if that doesn't even out the score. I mean, true justice is about true freedom. True freedom isn't just making everyone be equally miserable. It's not about evening the score, it's about making everybody free again. So I think this argument really has to go. I also see people using this draft support for women as an argument against feminism, which I think is absolute bullshit. I think it's bullshit to use this as an argument against feminism, and I think feminism itself is bullshit. So why is this a bullshit argument against feminism? Because as before, it's calling for equal oppression. And yeah, while I do get feminists want special privilege for women, I don't believe in equal oppression. I believe in equal freedom. I don't believe in getting back at these feminists by making them go to war too. I just believe shutting these feminists down by not allowing them to have free privilege. By not, special privilege by not allowing them to get away with domestic violence, for example. I don't believe in making them oppressed the way the men were oppressed too, because that makes no sense. If you want to get back at feminism, if you want to shut feminism down, then simply hold women accountable as you should for doing bad things just as you would a man. Or straight white male, as a lot of people like to say. I also noticed a lot of people still seem to think the draft is legitimate altogether. I don't think you can possibly justify the draft. I mean, well, technically as with any topic, any issue, you can argue it both ways anyway, but I don't think I can accept any reason for the draft as legitimate. I mean, you can argue for it, but I'm just not going to agree. Because I don't believe in slavery or forced labor. And I also don't believe in violation of individual choice or forced association, which is what the draft does too. You're forced to associate with the military. You're forced to associate with the government. You're forced to join the government in terms of the military. And does everyone want to work for a government? Hell no. So why are they being forced to do this? And the for the greater good argument doesn't work because that argument's bullshit. And that argument's bullshit because it basically says a mob of people gets to get your stuff just because it's a mob of people and you're just a tiny ass group or just one person. I mean, the greater good makes no sense. It's like, the greater good. And I'm like, okay, why is it the greater good? What does that make the lesser good? Chopped liver? I mean, isn't everyone supposed to be equal in terms of not getting special privilege and being treated fairly, being held accountable for their actions accordingly? Why is there this greater good? I mean, people claim the draft is for the greater good, so you can protect the country, protect the people, despite not necessarily wanting to join the military yourself. And, as I said, that's bullshit. You shouldn't have to sacrifice your rights for anybody of any size. So there is no greater good. There's no people that matter more than others in terms of merit, and you can't just violate individual choice just because it makes things more convenient for others. I mean, that's what it all boils down to, is violating individual choice and doing it for a reason such as it makes things more convenient. It makes things more convenient having people involuntarily join the military rather than you getting up involuntarily join the military, or hiring private military, or just finding volunteers. It makes it easier. Just force people to fight rather than trying to handpick people that actually want to fight. So that's my gripe with the draft, is, not just, A, B, and C, forced association, violation of individual choice, endangerment, military-industrial complex. It's the very notions and paradigms behind it. That you have to serve your country, and that you have to serve your country in this particular way. Look, I think there's many ways you can serve your country. I'm sorry if my voice sounds kind of charged up. I'm getting a little coffee. As you can see. Well, as you can hear. And I don't think... I don't think doing a draft is the only way to serve your country. You can serve your country by donating to charity. You can serve your country by volunteering. You can serve your country just by participating in the economics process, by getting a job, or providing jobs by running a business. People want to find work so they can get monetary compensation, so they can buy material goods from people who also want to find work, who also want to find monetary compensation, which they get by producing a good or service, and so on and so forth, which gets you an economy where everyone can participate and buy what they need to buy and do what they need to do. I mean, hey, that is part of why I'm an Ancap after all, is I want a good economy. And the free market, without any goddamn government, is the way to get it. So, bit of a tangent, but I thought I'd mention it. So, you can't force people to fight. Give them PTSD, they could die. They could just be a pawn in the military-industrial complex. So, while these are pretty good arguments against the draft, people still aren't buying them. So, like, oh, you gotta serve your country. Oh, you gotta protect your freedom versus country, which is really ironic, since the draft is a violation of freedom itself. And how it's going overseas and blowing stuff up and other people fighting for your country's freedom. And also, they say, you gotta contribute to society and that the draft is necessary. I argued with someone that the draft is necessary. I mean, unnecessary. That thought it was necessary. Bit too lazy to dig up the comment, but hey, it happened, and I just feel sorry for that person. They feel it's necessary to violate others' self-autonomy in order to have people be protected, because it's not. So, I guess that's all I really have to say about being forced to fight, and being forced to fight too if you're a woman, because, hey, everyone who's innocent deserves freedom. So if you're not harming anyone, people need to back the fuck off. Hey, I mean, I'd say it's as simple as that. So, yeah, I guess that's all I have to say. Like, subscribe, fave, share. Yeah. Same old, same old.